I am unable to provide details about the video. I am unable to access external websites or specific media files. Therefore, I cannot view the linked video and cannot provide a response based on its content. I can provide a narration about theater lighting and DMX control in general though. Theater lighting involves the use of various lighting instruments and control systems to create specific moods and effects in a theatrical performance, concert, or other live event. The goal is to enhance the visual experience for the audience, support the narrative, and draw attention to specific elements on stage. DMX, which stands for Digital Multiplex, is a standard digital communication protocol widely used to control stage lighting and effects. It allows a lighting console or controller to communicate with dimmers, intelligent lights, fog machines, and other devices, sending instructions for brightness, color, position, and other parameters. A DMX board, also known as a lighting console or lighting desk, is the central control unit for a lighting system. It provides an interface for a lighting designer or operator to program and control the various lighting fixtures. The DMX board sends DMX signals to the lighting fixtures telling them what to do. Relay packs are devices that switch electrical power to lighting fixtures. They are often used with conventional lighting fixtures such as incandescent lamps or conventional stage lights to turn them on and off or to dim them. A relay pack typically contains multiple relays, each of which can control a separate lighting circuit. To synchronize lights to music, a lighting designer or operator can use a DMX board that has the ability to interpret audio signals. The DMX board can then translate the audio signals into DMX control signals, which are sent to the lighting fixtures. This allows the lights to change in time with the music, creating a dynamic and visually appealing effect. There are several techniques that can be used to synchronize lights to music. Firstly, a lighting designer can manually program the DMX board to respond to specific cues in the music. This requires careful listening and timing, but it can produce very precise and artistic effects. Secondly, some DMX boards have built-in audio analysis features that can automatically generate DMX control signals based on the frequency and amplitude of the audio signal. This can be a faster and easier way to create a basic synchronized light show. Thirdly, there are software programs that can be used to analyze audio signals and generate DMX control signals. These programs often offer more advanced features, such as the ability to create custom lighting effects and to synchronize the lights to specific beats or instruments in the music. When using relay packs and DMX boards to control lighting, it is important to follow all safety precautions. Electrical work should only be performed by qualified personnel. It is important to use properly grounded equipment and to avoid overloading circuits. It is also important to protect the equipment from moisture and other environmental hazards. The specific details of how to synchronize lights to music will vary depending on the equipment and software being used. However, the basic principles remain the same. By carefully programming the DMX board and using appropriate lighting techniques, it is possible to create a stunning visual display that is perfectly synchronized to the music. When working with theatrical lighting, several safety considerations are important. Firstly, always inspect cables and connectors for damage before each use. Damaged cables can create a shock hazard. Secondly, ensure that all lighting fixtures are properly grounded. This will help to prevent electrical shocks. Thirdly, never overload circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause a fire. Refer to the National Electrical Code, NEC, for proper circuit loading guidelines. Fourthly, use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses, when handling lighting equipment. Fifthly, be aware of the potential for heat buildup from lighting fixtures. Allow adequate ventilation around the fixtures to prevent overheating. Sixthly, never leave lighting fixtures unattended while they are in use. Seventhly, properly secure all lighting fixtures to prevent them from falling. Eighthly, use safety cables to secure lighting fixtures to overhead structures. Ninthly, be aware of the potential for strobe effects to trigger seizures in some individuals. Tenthly, provide adequate warnings about strobe effects. In addition to the DMX protocol, there are other control protocols used in lighting. AltNet is an Ethernet-based protocol that is often used to transmit DMX data over a network. SACN streaming ACN is another Ethernet-based protocol that is similar to AltNet. These protocols are often used in larger lighting systems where it is necessary to transmit DMX data over long distances. The choice of which protocol to use will depend on the specific requirements of the lighting system. When selecting lighting fixtures, it is important to consider the light output, color temperature, beam angle, and power consumption. The light output is measured in lumens. The color temperature is measured in Kelvin. The beam angle is the angle of the light beam. The power consumption is measured in watts. It is also important to consider the size and weight of the lighting fixture. The choice of which lighting fixtures to use will depend on the specific application. When designing a lighting system, it is important to consider the overall look and feel of the performance. The lighting should enhance the visual experience for the audience and support the narrative. The lighting designer should work closely with the director and other members of the creative team to create a cohesive and effective design. The lighting design process typically involves several steps. Firstly, the lighting designer will meet with the director and other members of the creative team to discuss the goals of the production. Secondly, the lighting designer will review the script and other source materials. Thirdly, the lighting designer will create a lighting plot, which is the diagram that shows the location of all of the lighting fixtures. Fourthly, the lighting designer will program the DMX board to control the lighting fixtures. Fifthly, the lighting designer will rehearse the lighting cues with the performers. Sixthly, the lighting designer will make adjustments to the lighting design as needed. The field of theater lighting is constantly evolving. New technologies and techniques are being developed all the time. Lighting designers must stay up to date on the latest trends in order to create innovative and effective designs. The use of LED lighting is becoming increasingly common in theater lighting. LED lights are more energy efficient than traditional incandescent lights. They also offer a wider range of colors and effects. The use of moving lights is also becoming increasingly common. Moving lights can be programmed to change their position, color, and beam angle during a performance. This allows for a more dynamic and visually appealing lighting design. The use of video projection is also becoming increasingly common in theater lighting. Video projection can be used to create realistic backgrounds, to add special effects, and to enhance the overall visual experience. These technologies have opened up new possibilities for lighting designers. As technology continues to advance, theater lighting will continue to evolve. The use of automated lighting systems is also becoming more prevalent. These systems use sensors and computer programs to automatically control the lighting based on the needs of the performance. Automated lighting systems can be used to create complex lighting effects that would be difficult or impossible to achieve manually.